Hi, I'm Peggy Kelly with the Mighty Santa Paula Times. It's Thursday, November 4th. Nope, yeah, I'm right. There you go.
Yep. Already in November. Yep.
And this is Good Morning Santa Paula. And the guest today is John Marquez, the Executive Director of the Santa Paula Chamber of Commerce. So good morning to you, John. Always great to see you. How are you?
Yes. Good morning, Peggy. Great to see you as well.
Now, you've been very busy. I know there's plenty of stuff going on, including a big question that's been on everybody's mind is what's happening with our parades here in Santa Paula. We're famous for our parades, and there was a little issue that the costs were really driving up the parades and they might go away. So what's the latest on that?
Yeah, as you know, the Halloween parade was canceled this year. But a lot of it had to do not just with the cost, but lack of participation. So unfortunately that happened, and we're hoping to bring that back next year. But we do have some good news with what's coming up with the Christmas parade. As you know, there has been associated costs with running the parade for city costs through police and the public works and so on, which the costs are extremely high, and that's understandable for what the kind of footprint we have for that. So we had worked with the city, us, the Optimist Club, the Labor Day Committee, and several others to talk about how we can offset some of the fees. So last night, the city staff puts a presentation together for the council to talk about how we can pay for these parades. So what they came up with last night for at least the Christmas parade for now, and they are going to waive all city fees for the holiday parade for here, which is a huge plus for our community because us as the chamber that took the parade over from the Optimist Club, we were concerned on how we were going to pay for this because in a sense it's a free parade for the public. So we had some processes in place where there was going to be an entry fee this year because we had to help try and see how we could offset fees. So with what the council did last night, which was huge for our community, we're able to waive all fees for parade entries this year. So it's going to be great for the community. I mean, we're encouraging so many groups to be part of the parade. Now there is no fees. We do ask if they want to donate, they can donate because we do have some associated costs with lighting and the stage and all that as well. But we think with what we're going to get through donations and sponsorship, we should be able to cover that. So, but we decided as a board late last night that we were going to waive all fees for the parade because the fees were offset by the city. So it's a good thing for our community. We're hoping for a great holiday parade. So we're encouraging everybody to come out. It's at night again. It's at 5:30. So we're hoping that we can get a lot of entries this year. And it's just going to be a great event for the community.
Yes, it certainly is, especially after COVID. And I know that there was people in Santa Paula love their parades, and it's one of the biggest draws there is to Santa Paula, the parades. I mean, people come from all over Ventura County to come to our parades.
Yeah, and then, unfortunately, with most cities now, there is cost associated with it, because you have to pay for police and public works and so on. And it adds up when you're closing several blocks. So people, I think, to understand that a parade can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 just for fees that cover basic costs. So for the city council to waive all that for this year's holiday parade, and then they actually went back and they waived the fees for the Labor Day parade as well that we just recently had. So that helped the Labor Day committee also with what they had put out also. So going forward, we're going to meet with them again, and then we're going to talk about the 2022 parades and other events going forward, because we're trying to make the fees reasonable for any nonprofit organization to have these events, and not just parades. You got cruise night, you got several other events. So the city's been really willing to work with all the nonprofits to make sure that the fees do become reasonable. They're doing that. They're having a grant program. They've upped the grant program a little bit. So we're trying to work it out with them, and it's because coming out of COVID, it's been really tough on nonprofits. They haven't generated a lot of money over the last year, including the chamber. We've been doing monthly events and just enough to get by with things, but it doesn't generate enough money. It barely covers our costs. So, but we think it's a benefit to the community and it helps our businesses. So we're really trying to promote our community. But we're, the chamber's continuing, we're moving forward with it, and getting the assistance from the city was a huge help for not just us, but other organizations.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I really am. And like you said, in this year, unlike what was announced in the Mighty Santa Paula Times, there are no fees to enter the parade. You will take donations. Everybody's always going to take donations, but there are no actual hard fees to enter the parade.
No, and we put that out before the city announced this, that there was an entry fee. But because of what happened last night, we are waiving all fees. So, but we will take, like I said, a donation, a minimum of, whatever they have, we're fine, because that does help us. And anything we make out of the parade goes right back into the city anyway. So we will do our part to continue to support the community as much as possible.
Well, I was going to sponsor Santa if Santa was, if he had to pay an entry fee, I was going to sponsor Santa. So I'll give the chamber a little piece of change because Santa will be there anyway. Okay, let's go on.
Santa's the only one that gets a waiver. So
wow.
Santa's the only one. So can't have a parade without Santa.
Can't have without Santa. Now, and speaking of the parade, still, you selected your grand marshals.
Yes, last night when we made it official that we're moving forward with the parade, we're honored to have Ron and Pam Merson as our grand marshals this year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And about a few weeks ago, the chamber board discussed it, and we felt that since the Optimist Club and Ron actually gave the chamber the parade for the holidays, we felt we needed to honor him for all the work he's done over the years. He told me he's done over 50 parades in our community over, I don't know how many, 20, 30 years. And I don't think people understand that or realize that he actually is the one that drives all these parades.
Yes.
So we felt if we should honor him for all the work he's done. And there's always a good woman behind the man. So Pam is always over there doing all her thing, doing check-in and handling all that. So we couldn't honor Ron without honoring Pam as well.
Well, that's wonderful.
So we decided on having the both of them as the grand marshals. And so I told Ron, I said, you're still going to organize some stuff. So you got to organize your own entry, and you're going to have to help us with other things. So I said, you have all the equipment for all the signs and everything. So he's going to work with us to get it all set up. And the Optimist Club has been great about helping the transition over to the chamber for this parade. And so they're still going to be a huge part of this. And so we want to honor, an organization that really has been supportive of the community for numerous years, and Ron leads the way on that. So we're more than thrilled to have both of them as our grand marshals this year.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, how's the farmers market going?
The farmers market's going great. We just had the Harvest Festival for Halloween on the 29th, and it was our biggest crowd yet. So we had pumpkin carving, costume contests, and a bunch of other stuff, and kids were getting candy from all the vendors. So it was a great event. We had Prancer's Farm donated 100 pumpkins for the kids, so they were able to come out and they took home their pumpkin and stuff. So it was a great event. We're continuing to build on it. We have some other great events, including on the 26th, on Friday the 26th, the day after Thanksgiving. We're going to have a holiday festival there, kind of a holiday market. So we're going to bring in about 30 or 40 arts and crafts vendors to join the farmers market in Railroad Plaza here. And so we're going to be creating this holiday shopping experience for people. So you want something to do after sitting with family on Thursday, come out to the market and do a little bit of Christmas shopping. You're supporting our local market and local vendors. But yeah, it'll be a good time at restaurant a little later on that night. And yeah, so it'll be a good event. And we've loved seeing the families out here tons of kids out here. And, we're going to have good food. We have,
Yes.
great produce, as you've seen. But we really thank the community for supporting us. It's been a tough go to get it going.
Absolutely.
We're still working out the bugs on it. There's still some things we have to adjust to. Now with time changing this coming weekend, we have to figure out how to light that place up. So we're still working on some of that as well. So we're going to be adjusting still over the next 2 to 3 months, but we're getting there, and it's a great market for our community. And I love seeing people come out and do the shopping that they need to do and just enjoying the experience.
Yes, and we're going to have a whole bunch. I know the Chamber's got a whole rafter of activities planned for up to the holidays. So that's great. And also, now that you mentioned holidays, they have the tree raffle tomorrow night at Palazzio's Event Center for the Boys and Girls Club. And anybody out there that hasn't been there, you can even do it online. They've got 37 beautifully decorated Christmas trees, and including the Chamber has their own Christmas tree. And it's a lot of fun. So you going to be there tomorrow night, John?
Yeah, I'm bartending tomorrow night. So
yeah, my favorite person.
Yes, so come and join us. We have some generous pours tomorrow night. So, but no, it's a great cause for the Boys and Girls Club. The trees are fantastic. The Chamber's tree includes numerous gift cards and other things for the community. I mean, we have one item that's just priceless. I couldn't put a price on it. It's the Mighty Santa Paula Times coffee mug. So when they asked me how much that was worth, I was just like, I don't know how to put a price on that thing.
How do you put a price on this?
You can't, so. And
in blue, it's worth even more. In blue,
well, we got the blue one there at the tree. So so it's just one of those things. Thank you for the mug. But they asked me how much the tree was worth, and I was just like, it's priceless, So a lot of businesses donated to us some great items. So it's one of 30 plus trees. Every tree is different. Every tree's got, it was supposed to be $300 worth of stuff, and I think every one of them is probably over $1,000. So for a $1 ticket, I mean, you can't beat it. I know there's an entry fee to get in. I think it's $5 for adults. Mm-hmm. But the highlight will be tomorrow night when the trees are raffled. And Peggy, you will be there to do the raffle.
I will be one of the rafflers.
Yeah, with John Marhol in there. So it's going to be a great event. We ask people to come out today. It's open from 11 to 7, and tomorrow from 11 to 7:30. And then we'll draw the trees, I think, at 8 o'clock. I think that's what we're doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so go online to the Boys and Girls Club website, and they have the trees, as you mentioned, on there. You can do it virtually, but it's a huge fundraiser for the group. I think it's the second or third largest fundraiser they do all year. So it's for a great cause. It really, Jan Marhol and the CEO and their staff does a fantastic job in this whole valley between the 3 locations.
Absolutely.
So.
And they were vital during COVID too. They were vital during COVID with kids and all sorts of things. So that's wonderful. Well, just another one of those wonderful Santa Paula events,
Yes.
Now, we've got to talk about the property-based.
Yes, the Downtown Property Improvement District, which is all the property owners between 8th and 10th and all the way down to Ventura. These are all the building owners that have a special assessment to help the improvement of downtown. And the Chamber manages that district for them. And the property owners are doing some wonderful things in the downtown district. And over the next 2 to 3 months, you're going to see a lot of changes downtown. They've already added lights to the trees. They've done some pressure washing on the sidewalks. Green Street Alley, they've actually did some upgrade on it. They fixed some lighting because that area is always dark. But they're fixing that. We're looking at doing some additional lighting there. You see they're doing work on the trees right now around the bases. So the city's working on that, some of the sidewalks that are lifted. Mm-hmm. So the property owners have contributed to that. And and one thing that property owners are doing is they've purchased new banners for downtown. So you're going to see some new holiday banners going up in the next couple weeks. So that's going to be a huge plus for our community. Brand new holiday banners. The ones we have are great, but they're starting to show some wear. So there's great new designs that they're coming up with. It's a great improvement for downtown. And then they have other projects that they are working on right now. And so over the next 2 to 3 months, you're going to see a huge improvement. And I know the city is moving forward with a pavement project for downtown as well. So we'll see that come up in the next 2 to 3 months as well. So downtown in the next, I'd say 3 months, you're going to see a huge difference from what it is right now.
That's wonderful.
So,
and for people that don't know what that is actually these people within the specified area tax themselves to make it.
Yes.
And that's just wonderful. And who do you work with the city on this? Is this James Mason or Jim Mitchum or?
It's Jeff Mitchum, Jonathan Royas, and are the two that we work with, and plus several of the business owners that are part of this group. So
great.
But so there's more to come. So
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. How are we doing as far as like vaccine? I know that this is an ongoing issue and the chamber's been very active in outreach.
Yeah, right now, as of Monday, I think we were at 75% vaccinated through the county. So we have some work to do. They want to get up to 80%. Santa Paula is still a little lower than the 75%. So we're continuing working with some other community-based organizations within Santa Paula to get the outreach out, get the word out about vaccination sites. We're having them regularly at the community center. You see it at Guadalupe Church. The school district is doing testing all week between the high school and Isbell. So we're looking at putting something at the farmers market as well. We do have some testing that goes on at the farmers market. So, but we're looking at putting a vaccination site there on a regular basis. So right now, the chamber just received another grant from the Ventura County Community Foundation to continue our outreach over the next 2 to 3 months. So we're working hard at that. Now, as you know, with the 5 to 11-year-olds that are now eligible for vaccines.
For the Pfizer.
Yeah, so we are shifting a little bit towards that to focus more on that area and working with the school districts on it too. So it's we got to continue this as much as we can. It's a long process, but we're getting there. The numbers keep improving. And as you know, we have the mask mandate going on right now still, but the numbers start leveling a little bit. And we're hoping that we can kind of lift that mask mandate in the next, hopefully month or two. It's tough with flu season coming up, so we'll see how it goes. But things are looking good. The citizens here are doing a great job wearing their masks when they're supposed to, and we're getting some good traffic flow at these sites for testing and for the vaccination sites.
That's wonderful. Are they going to do any flu vaccinations out here? Remember the old flu?
Yeah, that's a thing of the past.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, we just had our vaccination site. We had at the community center a few weeks back had flu shots as well, and they're going to continue to offer all 3 vaccinations plus the flu vaccination at future vaccination sites. So we're still working with the city on that to make sure we can get a regular scheduled site at the community center.
Okay, let's talk about space. Let's talk about redistricting. Explain first what to people what the redistricting is, if you don't mind.
Yeah, every 10 years, everywhere within the country, they do a redistricting, which is, you see for our county, we have 5 districts within our county, as you see with our supervisors. So every 10 years, based right after the census, they will reevaluate the areas within the county, and it's based off population. So you look through it, the county evaluates the areas where they get input from the community, and this helps with voting. It helps with other things that within the county. So what the county's asking the citizens to do right now is currently go and put have their input on what the district should look like. As you know, that we are part of District 3, which includes Santa Paula, Fillmore, the surrounding areas into Camarillo, and a little bit of Oxnard. So come December 5th, when the county supervisor will vote on the new district, they're giving the citizens from all around the community an opportunity to give them suggestions on how the mapping looks. There's some great mapping tools at the Ventura County website, which is, if you go to search for it, it's redistricting.ventura.org, and you'll see the maps on there. And then gives you an opportunity to actually input a map as well. So what we're going to do is, at the chamber, we received a grant from the county to do some outreach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So so we're going to get information out, show people where to go, have their input, have them, we have some information to hand out, and we're hoping to have our citizens out here actually give some input on what our district should look like.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to wrap this up. I'm alone in the office and someone just came in. I'm really apologize, but I got to work. What can I say? So anyway, once again, John, it's always a pleasure seeing you. And don't forget to watch this on KHYTV.com and also on cable channel 10, the City of Santa Paula Cable. And once again, I'm Peggy Kelly of the Mighty Santa Paula Times, and I've got to go and take care of a customer. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much again, John.
Thanks, Peggy.
Okay, bye-bye.